There's something about the way you make me feel inside. I'm counting down the days till we fly away, heading to the sun, only you and me. Don't wanna waste another day being stuck here in this place. No, wanna hold your hand in mine, watch the sunset in your eyes. Baby, I want us to act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Wow, wow. This could be magical. Wow, wow. To escape, and here we are, driving narrow streets in a rusty car, leading to the sea. Think we're getting close. We should take a pic, baby, strike a pose. I remember every day that I spent right here with you. Yeah, you are the one who makes me feel as good as I do. Baby, I want us to act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Wow, wow. This could be magical. Wow, wow.
Happy Thursday, guys. Um, if you're watching this for the first time and you don't know me, I apologize for what's about to happen. Oh, God. So I wanted to talk about humans today. Um, in a book that I'm rereading, and the implications and the good that could be done in the world if we understood it. But there's a lot of stress going on right now, and I'm not gonna be able to keep from crying, so I don't know how long this is gonna. Damn it. A friend reached out and just gave me some very kind words of support just before the countdown was about to end, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to stop from crying now. But I'm trying. Okay. Anyway, where do I even begin now? If anybody likes to is a reader like myself, and is also interested in behavior and learning theory, behavior science, a book that I have mentioned on this show several times now, saying that I really want to reread it because it was very impactful for me. I'm gonna, Josh, hi. I wanted to just talk about it because I finally got around to rereading it, or at least starting to. I'm halfway through the reread, and I've been reading it live on TikTok. And not that too many other people find it that fascinating, because it is not like an easy read, but it's important. The information's really important. And so yeah, it was helpful for me to reread it, and because it's about behavior analysis and the science that underlies everything that we do, everything that you do, I do, and every other living creature on the planet. But specifically, it's about kind of how we study the ways in which our behavior is influenced and how we influence the behavior of others. And that means other people, dogs, whatever animals you have, anything, any living thing. And how how there's so basically, in the ways that this has been studied scientifically, historically, over the last 100 years and more, we've broken behavioral influence down into basically 4 different categories. You may have heard of these. You may have heard of positive reinforcement. That's the one that gets talked about most, at least in the dog training sphere. And but there's 4. And this book, which has the most boring cover of any book I've ever seen. This book, it's called Coercion and Its Fallout, basically says that of the 4 ways of influencing behavior, and there are more, but they're in it's a whole different thing. Basically, when our conduct is influenced by the consequences of our actions, there's 4 ways that can happen. We can get stuff that we want, we can have stuff that we want taken away, we can have stuff that we don't want happen, and we can have stuff that we don't like stop happening. So those 4 categories. Sarah, thank you. So the book, the premise is that positive reinforcement, the one of those four categories is non-coercive, and the other three he labels as coercion, or puts under the umbrella of coercion. And the book, the whole point of it is to explain how coercion, trying to control behavior through coercion, has all of these unwanted side effects, or at least unintended side effects. And so if we are trying to influence the behavior of someone else, another person, or a dog or a cat or, you know, a pet of yours, if we want to influence the behavior of others, which we all do on a daily basis, it's helpful to know that the methods that you use to try and influence people are going to have side effects. And depending on your relationship with that person or a dog, you may or may not care about those side effects happening. But regardless, you should know. You should know what the side effects are, because otherwise you're going to find yourself in situations where you either don't know why people are avoiding you or leaving a relationship with you, or a dog, same, you know, they don't have a choice to leave the relationship, but their behavior, there are ripples. It has a ripple effect in their behavior. And you're gonna be left wondering, why are these things happening? If you don't recognize how your behavior affects them on a, I wanted to say ongoing basis, but it's not just like ongoing as in time, but there are side effects. It's just side effects. So anyway, so the book, I just thought I'd discuss it here because it's so, if in case you never read it, because I get it, like my to read list is like miles long, and I will probably reach the end of my life before I read all the books I want to read. But you may not even be a reader at all, and you may not care. And I still want you to have this information because it impacts all of your relationships every day of your life. And it just, I mean, it doesn't amaze me because the book, again, like I said, it's not like, it is not the easiest read ever. But yeah, it's still kind of, I've read bits, like I said, on TikTok, and, you know, people will stop in and they're like, snooze, like, you know, and they want to leave, and I don't blame them. I get it. It sounds boring to read. But when you understand the implications, I'm like, this affects everything for your whole life. Like, I don't know, just to me, I see how vast the consequences are. The author is Murray Sidman. I'll hold it up. I think this is oriented so that you can read it, I hope. I have a stack. I could build a small house with a stack of books, of unread books. I am trying, I mean, these are lifelong goals. We'll call them goals. To, like, one, read all these books that I want to read, but two, also, like, minimize. So I'm trying to, you know, I got a Kindle at one point. I listen to audiobooks because I would like the information, but I'm trying not to have I'm trying not to be able to build a house with my books, although I want to. Like, I'm a bibliophile. I love the smell and the feel of the paper. Like, I just, you know, I talked to my mom about this just a couple days ago, how she felt it was really important when me and my siblings were younger, to read to us, and you know, she really did a great job of instilling this hunger to learn and to read, you know, reading as one path to learning. And I mean, for me, I absolutely love it. And you too. But it's always funny to me because we all have coping mechanisms and, like, ways to escape what's going on in the real world. And for me, because I love books so much, books naturally I used them as an escape from real world problems at times in my life. I still do. But my mom, it's so funny. Like she to hear her talk about this even today in 2021, she's like, you can hear like the passion in her voice when she's like, I wanted you guys so much to like just like be exposed to this information and learning, and like it's just so important. And for her, I think, oh, I learned something recently too, which you're probably gonna love because I love it. I don't think you wouldn't watch me if you didn't love this kind of stuff. But I think that she was so passionate about it because she said that she wasn't given that when she was a child, and that's, I'm realizing. So the thing you're gonna love is someone pointed out to me last week that the root of the word passion comes from pain. Passion comes from pain, and it makes so much sense. The more I thought about it, the things that I have become passionate about in my life, I definitely am so passionate about. Like, I'm crying live in front of whoever watches this, because I care so deeply because of the pain that I've experienced in my past, I wasn't, like, I mean, it's especially, stuff is especially impactful when we are in our malleable youth. But the world hasn't changed, I and most of us are still subject to a lot of coercion, the ways that my behavior was supposedly controlled as a child was mostly through punishment. Punishment and negative reinforcement, and that's true for, I think, at least the majority of people that I know. If you weren't, you're very lucky, and I'm jealous and I'm happy for you. But I know, because I am still experiencing the effects of that form of control, and it's painful. And we all suffer from pain of this kind, because, yeah, like I said, it is these methods of behavior change or behavior control. They are natural, right? They do occur naturally, whether we intend them or not. But they also feel very intuitive, especially if that's how you were raised, So our behavior is controlled through, like, you won't get dessert if you don't eat your broccoli. That's coercion. Or you get sent to your room if you do something wrong, or you